Yep,
Just
let him
drink up,
try-
drink up,
just
drink up, drink.
Take this opportunity to massive drink.
Alright, we're going.
Hello and welcome to Obsidian Council Boss Guides. My name is Zavaris, and today we're taking a look at Felmyst. Felmyst is a two-phase encounter, with phase 1 being the ground phase, where we'll split into 4 different groups plus the tank location. Here is a roster we're looking to possibly use for Felmyst progression on week 1. Using this possible roster, we're going to split up into these 4 groups. Now, there are 2 main mechanics that we need to worry about during ground phase and that we have to strategize around: Gas Nova and Encapsulate. For Gas Nova, since we're running 4 priests, it means that we can assign Mass Dispel to each group location per priest. It is 100% the most important part of our priest assignment during ground phase. You must pre-cast Mass Dispel to align with when it goes out so that we do not get any ticks of the health and mana drain. With this strategy, it means that Maldrick can prioritize an instant dispel on Developed, who will be tanking. If we're low on priests or unable to complete this type of dispel assignment, we can also force group 1 and 3 closer together, as well as groups 2 and 4 closer together, so that we can execute a 2 dispel assignment where 2 priests will use Mass Dispel range to get 2 groups at once. Now, let's take a look at some priest dispels to see what we're looking at. So here we have our priest point of view. What he's doing is he's healing his groups, which is possible because we're going to be grouped up appropriately for Circle of Healing. He's just waiting for his next opportunity to cast Mass Dispel. There's Gas Nova, and so he Mass Dispels his group immediately. That is the number 1 priority you have. You will stop a heal in order to make sure you get that Mass Dispel out. There will be at least 2 to 3 per ground phase. You can see it on his DBM there. Gas Nova is showing up, and it's not immediately after, it's a chance to cast. So you could potentially even be waiting to cast Mass Dispel. I recommend just spam healing, then casting it immediately, as he did there, to get the next Gas Nova dispelled as soon as humanly possible. That's just going to be the number 1 priority, is dispels from our priests, and because we're running 4, it should be pretty easy to get them done fairly quickly. The second mechanic is Encapsulate, and you'll need to prepare a way to get 20 yards away from your fellow groupmates as fast as possible. With this grouping arrangement, we have most people in each group within their personal raid groups, so Circle Healing can save some lives as people make their way away from targets of Encapsulate. Rocket boots during early progression attempts can be key. Warriors, make sure you set up an intervene macro to escape. Paladins and mages can bubble Encapsulate, so that you use that to your advantage as well. After about 1 minute, Felmyst will fly into the sky, beginning the air phase. When Felmyst first enters air phase, all 4 groups should come together slightly, so that when a target is selected for the laser, they have more room to work their way south. Remember that any player who takes damage from the laser trail will spawn more skeletons, so stay out of it. Speaking of the laser, the actual name being Demonic Vapor, is where 1 player will be selected initially, and your job is to run south, then back north without creating a horizontal wall and avoiding as many players as possible. Once that player has completed their run, another player will be selected and they will need to do the same as the first. Let's take a look at what that looks like here. Once this is done, we'll group the skeletons up and burst them down after the second target finishes their laser path. Ranged DPS should continue to pump DPS into Felmyst while skeletons are being grouped up. We'll be grouping the skeletons more to the north side of the arena. After the skeletons have been grouped up, Felmyst will start to path towards the chosen location for their breath attack. It's much like Onyxia, and Felmyst will choose one of 3 paths to cover in their breath attack. The topmost section, here marked in yellow, is our north direction. The green mark zone is our middle, and the red mark zone is our south. During the encounter, listen for the call for which direction to run to, and do not get caught in the breath attack. We will have to kill you, as you will get mind controlled from the breath. After Felmyst does 3 breaths, we will re-enter ground phase and start the fight over again and repeat until the boss dies. Remember to regroup into the same positions we had from our initial pull, and remember to always precast a spell for Gas Nova. This is going to be an easier fight for us, so good luck and let's get it done.